Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your weekly reading. And this will be for the sign of Gemini. Gemini, I'm not going to blurb on. I'm going to tell you that the pack I'm reading from is the Modern Spellcasters Tarot. I will put a card at the end from the Wisdom of the Oracle. I do want you to take on board that the readings are general, so if they don't apply to you, it's no good getting upset about what's in them, because it obviously wasn't meant for you. And that's all I want to say. So Gemini, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you press that button. Okay, Gemini. Oh, ouch. Okay, Eight of Swords energy. What are you worrying about? Something's got you trapped all up in your head and unable to move forward. You're stuck here. This is a prison of your own making. So some decision, some way of thinking, something you're doing here is not working well for you because it's keeping you trapped in some sort of negative thinking. It could be that you've been through something that was quite heartbreaking. It could be that you are still trying to get over some sort of heartbreak or hurt from your past, but definitely feeling like it's, trapping you now, like you're not able to move forward. And then we have the Chariot. So you could have been dealing with a Cancer, but what I want to say more than anything here is you are starting to move forward here. And you will need to make a decision here with the Two of Swords. Okay, so it's no good fighting this. I need to say to you that you cannot fight this. It's something that has to move forward because I feel like you're resisting what is inevitable here. So it's like you've got yourself trapped in this way of thinking, but it doesn't matter which way you go. If take the thinking out, whatever you're feeling, it doesn't matter. It's going in a certain direction and you can't stop it. Okay, if you listen to your intuition here, sometimes not all is as it seems, but with the High Priestess, it's telling you to pay close attention to what you're feeling here. I think you know that this isn't going anywhere. You may be fighting for something to try and save it, but there's nothing left here for you. It's time to move on. Okay. So it's very likely this is something from your past. So now I see this and those cards up front. I feel like somebody is walking away from a relationship, or a relationship has completed its cycle and it's time to finish it off. There's no point in keeping going with something here. You're trying to hang on desperately to the past, but it looks like it's done and dusted. And the reason I say that is because I saw this before I put the cards down. So something is definitely closing out here. Let's find out more. Okay, so the Hierophant. So at the moment, I feel like you're facing a time when you don't feel very stable. Things are happening all around you. It could be a traditional relationship or marriage for some of you here. It feels to me like the marriage has come to an end and you're having to face, it may be that you've instigated this too. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're at the other end of this. It could be that you are calling this off as well. But whatever it is for you, it's still creating this unknown feeling of not knowing what's going on, what's happening here, because you're in a very unstable situation. But in a way, it's good. Now I've got the Four of Cups here, so I'm thinking maybe you are the one calling off this situation. Maybe you are with that Four of Cups, because you may be the one that wants to take a different journey. Now, if it isn't you, if it's someone else, it's still giving you an opportunity to start something new. It looks like it was past its use-by date. And we do have the Tower here. So this feeling of stability is because you're breaking down the way you saw things before and you're being given the opportunity to rebuild. Okay, so we have a King of Pentacles coming out here. So you could be dealing with an earth sign. But it looks like this is a husband. So I feel like this is definitely something to do with people's marriages or relationships here, not getting past this Tower, because this looks like a significant other here with this King of Pentacles. Okay, Nine of Wands here, so there's a lot of hurt in this situation. But what I want to say is with the Eight of Wands here, it may be moving much quicker than what you thought it was going to. So maybe you're not going to go through too much pain. It's going to be over and done with fairly quickly. Okay, so I have the Eight of Swords followed by the Three of Swords, which tells me you are at the moment experiencing a great loss here. For some of you, it can be that you have met someone new and you're breaking off a relationship, or it could be that you are calling off a relationship, or the other person's calling off a relationship that is not or is no longer healthy, right? It's past its use by date. There is a moving forward with this Chariot here. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer, so it's possible that you could be breaking ties with a Cancer. There's definitely a need to make a decision about this here, but I want to say to you, look, this is really nice. So don't fight it. It's for your own good, or it's better for you. I'm not sure. But you're definitely calling something off. There's a Tower here. So something has happened. Could be third-party interference. Could be that you've been with this person a long time and the relationship has just come to a point where it's no longer viable. I feel like for some of you this is actually a marriage though. And I think that you really see that it's done and you need to close this off and move on. Someone here is very dissatisfied with the way that this relationship was going. It is not offering anything to either person anymore. How very interesting, because we have the Chariot there and I have the card of Cancer. I have the Four of Cups, but he's got a crab on his head and I've never been drawn to that before. So some of you are definitely dealing with a Cancer here. This is the end of something. It's probably been causing pain for a long time. I feel again with this King of Pentacles, we're talking about something longer term, something traditional that's being called to close. There seems to be a lot of fighting here, a lot of putting in boundaries, but now things are moving very quickly. Yeah, there's a decision again here to move on. Nine of Cups. See, at the end of the day, whether this is you or the other person, I want to say to you, you will realise that it is for your greater good. Not that that probably helps you at the moment if you're going through so much pain. But for me, this Eight of Wands and then being followed almost straight away by the Nine of Cups says to me that this is actually a really good outcome here, even though there's a lot of pain involved at the moment. But we are talking about something that's been stripped back here. So the universe is asking you here to understand that this is for your greater good. It may not feel like it is at the moment, but it's definitely a good thing. Not that you're probably going to want to hear that if you're in this situation, but I can offer you some solace by saying the Nine of Cups is here at the end, which means that whatever you've been experiencing here, oh golly, I dribbled everywhere. Whatever you've been experiencing here is meant to stop, finish, and be over and done with. And I have two cards that want to come out here. So Gemini, I'm going to read you both cards here. That was pretty tough reading though. Okay, so I have the card of To Be Fair. I do that nearly every time, you know. I put the cards away and then put my book away. I go, what are you doing? Okay, 38. Okay, the oracle message here is life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing. Yet over time they strike a balance. You move from being from stasis to doing, from discovering to loving to letting go to being again. Life is a pendulum swinging between all of these states. You will always oscillate back and forth between doing and being. If you are not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment and you will see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance. You reap what you sow. For every cause there is an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed now. Well, wasn't that perfect? And the other card here is we have To the Sea. Now, I'm pretty sure To the Sea is a card of just going with the flow. So let's have a look at that. Okay, isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. So very interesting, both very perfect cards. Have a great week, Gemini.